Welcome back to the channel and welcome to this episode of Mark's Garage. Today is oil change day on the 2024 Honda Goldwing Tour DCT. And so we've got a few steps to get through. We've got some drain bolts to take out. We've got the clutch cover to take off. We have a couple new oil filters to install. Obviously some crush washers. But today I want to bring something just a little bit different to the oil change. And so that's coming up next. I hope you can stay tuned and check it out. All right, one of the pieces of communication that I wanted to share with you is about capacities. The capacity of the engine oil in the crankcase, and also, because I'm going to do the final drive as well, the capacity of that. And there's some interesting info, and I do want to give credit to somebody a couple of months ago who sent me a note to suggest that tipping the bike over on its side stand to get some additional oil out, he thought maybe that was a wasted step, and it's because of this reason. So I'm looking right here, and I'll put this up on the screen. I'm looking at the engine oil capacity, and this is for the DCT version. So after draining the engine and the clutch oil, the amount of oil to refill is 4.9 quarts. But right below that, it says after disassembly. So if that engine ever had to be disassembled, it says 5.9 quarts. So what that tells us is that there is almost a full 32 ounces of oil that remains in the bike. Even though you take out the drain bolts, even though you're following the procedure, there's the design of that crankcase and where oil remains, 32 ounces. So, how about that? Now, let's switch over to the final drive, which we're going to also be doing. All right, here's the information on the final drive assembly. So right here, this is out of the owner's manual. And what we have is that, and this is the same whether it's, you have a DCT version or a manual transmission. So the final drive, after draining it, 4.7 ounces, okay? But they've got a capacity here that after disassembly is 5.4 ounces. So that also tells us that there's some oil that remains within that final drive housing just because of its design. So at this point, that would be 0.7, so not quite 1 ounce, 0.7 remains in there because of the design. So anyway, wanted to pass that along so you're aware of it. I thought that was interesting. And what do you think about that? Let me know in the comments. And lastly, I want to pass along some information that really just became available here in the last 24 hours, and this pertains to Honda Goldwing owners, models starting in 2018 through 2021. And down in the description, I'm going to put a link to a nice video that Cruiseman had put together here just in the last day. And he was able to obtain a copy of a letter that Honda sent to dealers. And it does a good job of initially describing what's going on with this particular safety recall. There's nothing to panic about. Honda's going to take care of it, but check that out in the description if you would, please. Thank you. And Cruiseman, thank you for putting that out there. Thank you for watching, and thank you for tuning in to today's episode about the Honda Goldwing oil change and a couple of those things that are just interesting to know, and maybe some tips that will help you. So appreciate your support of the channel. Thank you to all the subscribers who are watching and supporting, and your comments. Really appreciate that. And if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. That would be awesome. And certainly if you like the video, please give that a thumbs up. And as always, and until next time, take care.